everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be showing you guys all of my special editions or double copies of books that I own. I originally did this video about 3 years ago and I thought it would be time to just do an updated version and to show you guys all of the special editions or the double copies of books that I own. I'm not including any signed books in this video. I did a whole dedicated video to my signed book collection, so I will link that down below. So I have 25 double copies of books, which means I have one original copy and then I either have a special edition of it or a just new version of the same book. So I have 25 of those. And then I have 13 just special editions. Either they are books where I don't own the original edition, so I only own one of them, or it's just like exclusive editions that were from a bookstore or whatever. You'll see what I mean when I show everything, but I will also link my old video that I did if you guys want to watch that. I don't think it's anything special, but if you want to see how much my collection has grown since then, I will leave the link down below. For a majority of these, I either got them from Amazon, Indigo, Book Depository, and some book boxes, but I will let you guys know when I show each book where I got it from. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. I am going to do these in no particular order, but I will start with the 25 double copies. So I have 2 copies of Addicted to You by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is the original first edition. This I bought off Amazon years and years ago. And then this was the current edition. I think there's a new version now, but this is one that they had for many years. I bought the first edition before they had these editions out. Then they came out with all new matching covers, so I decided to repurchase Addicted to You, but I do own 2 editions of these guys. I own 2 editions of Ricochet by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is the 1.5 in the Addicted series. So again, I own the original cover that was released before they had matching covers. And then I have the other cover. And then I also do have 2 editions of Addicted for Now by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is book 2 in the Addicted series. Again, I have the original cover and then the newer cover or more recent cover, I guess. I have 2 editions of The Rocker Who Needs Me by Terry Ann Browning. This is the original cover. This is the new and current cover. I own 2 copies of Thoughtless by Essie Stevens. This one is the original / current edition. This dark one is the UK edition, and this one I got from Book Depository. I have 2 editions of White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the original first edition. This is the current covers. These I both bought from Indigo, I do believe. Or the first edition I might have bought from Amazon when it was available back in the day, but the current cover I did buy from Indigo. I have 2 covers of Just for Now by Abby Glines. This is the 4th book in the Sea Breeze series. This one is the current / first edition, I guess. And this one is the UK cover that I got from Book Depository. I also have 2 editions of Fallen Too Far by Abby Glines. This is the first book in the Rosemary Beach series. This one is the current cover, and this one is the UK cover. I have 2 copies of The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This, I believe, is like one of the original covers. I feel like this is the most popular cover that is out there. And then this white one, I think, is the 15th anniversary edition. It's an anniversary edition of some kind. I can't remember how many years, but this one I got from Book Depository. I have 2 copies of The Coppersmith Farmhouse by Daphne Perry. So this is the original edition, and then this is a special edition, I do believe. I don't know if it's still available, but both of these I did buy from Amazon. I have 2 editions of Chasing the Moon by S.M. Soto. This is my favorite book, and I feel so lucky to have 2 copies of these. This is the original / current cover, and this one I bought from Barnes & Noble. I don't know if it is available anywhere else, but that is where I bought it from. I have 2 copies of Sultry by Lexi Buchanan. So Sultry is the first edition. This is what the original cover and title of the book was, and the author decided to change the covers and the title. So Sultry is now My Best Friend's Sister. These are the same book, they just have new covers and new titles, but I do own 2 editions of these. I have 2 copies of On Dublin Street by Samantha Young. So I have the mass market paperback, which is the version I read from, and this I bought from Indigo. And this edition I bought at a thrift store, and I loved the book enough to own 2 copies. I have 2 copies of Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. So this one is the original copy. I think this is the 2007 paperback. This book is actually really old if you think about it, but this one is the original cover, and then this one is the 10th anniversary edition. It has some exclusive, never before seen stories from this world. I love the series, so I had to, of course, buy the 10th anniversary edition. I have 2 copies of Until November by Aurora Rose Reynolds. So I have the newer current covers. There were older covers before this, but this is the newer current one that matches the rest of the series. And then this one was an exclusive special edition. I bought these both from Amazon, but I believe the author sells these illustrated covers on her website. They're just not available on Amazon anymore, but I think you can still buy them from her website. So I do own 2 editions of this book. I own double copies of Gabriel's Inferno by Sylvain Renard. So this is the current cover, and this one is the UK cover. This one I did buy from Book Depository. I have 2 editions of Fixed on You by Laura Lynn Page. These I both bought from Amazon. I don't think they're selling this edition anymore, but this one is definitely the current cover. This one is the one that is available. These colorful ones I believe are out of stock, but I do own 2 copies of these. So I have the original copy and the movie tie-in cover of After by Anna Todd. This is the current cover. This is the movie tie-in. And then same for After We Collided by Anna Todd. I own the original current cover and the movie tie-in cover. I have double copies of the entire 50 Shades trilogy, so I have 50 Shades of Grey. This is the original current cover, and then I have the movie tie-in edition. 50 Shades Darker. Again, this is the original current cover. This is the movie tie-in cover. And then same thing for the third and final book, 50 Shades Freed. Original current cover and the movie tie-in edition. For this next book, I actually own 3 different editions. So that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I have the original paperback edition, and then I have it also in a mass market paperback, which I actually got for free at a movie theater. I was waiting in line to go see The Host back in the day, and they were giving out free copies of City of Bones in the mass market paperback. I had already read it by then, I think. And then I went ahead and got the 10th anniversary edition, which this one is really, really, really special. It is kind of like a cloth type, and it's very hardcover. It has gold stained edges, and then it also has like art inside. This is like a beautiful, beautiful book. I love this edition, and I'm very happy that I oddly have 3 copies of City of Bones, which it's not even my favorite in the series, yet somehow I own 3 editions of it. And then I do own 2 editions of Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, so I own the original paperback, and then I do own the 10th anniversary edition as well. This one isn't as pretty. It doesn't have the gold stained edges, but it does have the art inside, which is really pretty. I have 2 editions of Twilight, so I have the original paperback, and then I do have this mass market paperback in French. So this one is in French. I feel like this is more just like a special edition. It's not really a double copy because it is in a different language, but I own 2 copies of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So I don't know what edition this is. I think it's like one of the first editions in paperback, or one of the more popular editions. And then this one is, again, I don't know what edition this is. I bought this from Costco in a box set, and this was like the edition that I really, really liked back in the day. So, and then I have some double copies of some classics. So I have 2 copies of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. So I have this Modern Library edition, I think, and then I have this Arcturus edition. I have 2 copies of one of my favorite classics, and that is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. These I both bought from Indigo. I guess this is just like the Simon & Schuster edition. This is like the more popular one. This one again is an Arcturus classic. So those were all of the double copies or multiple editions of the same book that I have. Now I'm going to go on to the special editions where I only own one of them, or they were just like exclusive and they don't really go with the whole double copy thing. So the first one is Secret Lucidity by E.K. Blair. This edition was in the Mystic book box. The next one is the Black Lotus series by E.K. Blair. This again was from the Mystic book box, and this was exclusive. The next one I have is Disgrace by Brittany Cherry. This was from a Hello Lovely box, so this is an exclusive cover from their book box. Now the next ones that I have are kind of like reader guides or character guides. These are just like random books that I have bought over the years. I don't know, they're kind of random. But the first one is the Black Dagger Brotherhoods and Insiders Guide by J.R. Ward. This I bought years and years and years ago at a thrift store. I don't even know if this is a thing anymore. I believe this was printed back in 2008. So it is definitely out of date, but I do own it and I bought it at a thrift store. So I did think that this was like a special edition. I don't know if this is available anymore or if this is just exclusive. I have no idea, but I do own this. And then I have two Shadowhunter related guides. So I have the Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. And then I do own a illustrated history of notable Shadowhunters and denizens of Downworld by Cassandra Clare and illustrated by Cassandra Jean. So I do own both of these. This one I believe I bought from Indigo. I feel like this is still available. It's a very, very pretty book. This is just kind of like what is referenced in the series, like the Shadowhunters Codex. And it's very pretty, has a lot of like doodles and illustrations. Very cool. I feel like if you really love the Shadowhunter series, you probably own this. But yeah, it's a very, very pretty book. I forget how pretty it is until I open it and I'm like, wow, like this is like a velvety feel. It is so pretty. This one I bought from Book Depository years ago. I don't know if this is still available. I know this is definitely out of date, but this was released back in 2016. This basically just gives you like the portrait or drawing illustration of the character and then info about them. So their date of birth, their species, their married names, favorite weapon, family, and just like a little info about them. And this is about all of the Shadowhunter characters. So it has a lot of the older characters and a lot of information. I really love this book. It is very pretty and I'm very happy that I do own this. I don't know if it's completely out of date because there are some like Julian is in here and Kieran. I feel like this is pretty up to date, but I love this. I'm so happy I own this. And then the last guide that I own is The World of All Souls by Deborah Harkness. This is a complete guide to A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and the Book of Life. This is basically just like extra information about the series, extra details. It has a lot of like art and just like information about other characters and Deborah Harkness's journey into writing the characters. And it's just like a bunch of information. I have yet to read this actually. I haven't even read this, but I really love this series and this whole world, and I just knew I had to own this when it was released. I think this is still available. I'm not exactly sure, but this I do believe I bought from Indigo, I think. Now these last couple of books, I don't really know if you consider them special editions or exclusive editions or whatever, but I thought I would just like quickly mention them. These were kind of like first editions and I do feel like they are special, so I'm just gonna mention them quickly like I said. So I have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This is the Indigo exclusive edition where there's art inside the book. So we have art here. And then same thing on the back. And then same thing for A Court of Frost and Starlight. It also has the Indigo exclusive edition where it has art on the inside. Also, I don't know if this edition is like available everywhere else or if it really just is an Indigo exclusive. I have no idea, but I thought I would just mention them anyways because I do feel like that is pretty special, so. And then the rest are Cassandra Clare books that I personally feel like are special, but I don't know if these were in second editions of the hardcovers or not. So again, I'm just going to quickly mention them. We have City of Heavenly Fire. This one has something on the dust jackets. So we have like this poster. Then for Lord of Shadows, we also have something in the dust jacket. Queen of Air and Darkness also has a special dust jacket. Again, these are probably not very special, but to me they are, honestly, because I feel like it's very rare to have dust jacket art. And then lastly, Clockwork Princess also has a special dust jacket, which I will warn you, this is spoilers if you haven't read this series. It doesn't have current spoilers, but it has spoilers for the time that this book was released. So this is just a family tree, which I remember when this came out back in the day and everybody was like, don't look at the dust jacket, don't look at the dust jacket, it spoils everything. And that's so funny now that this is like a memory thing for me. Like I remember avoiding this and like taking it off the book and putting it aside so I wouldn't spoil myself while I was reading the book. I also thought maybe I should mention The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This one also has a special dust jacket. So that is it for all of the special editions or double copies of books that I own. Let me know if you own any double copies or special editions of specific books. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!